Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Zoom in a little bit. Zoom in a little bit so we can see.
Okay.
Okay,
How
that's
about
better.
this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So today we're going to be going more moving to some more tags, right? We're able to cover paragraph, heading, div, strong, bold, italics, underline, span, image. We also did video. So I'm not sure I added video here, but let me add the code for video. So video is have your video and open and close a video. Okay. So in between the video you have your source. Abi? Mm, so you close your source. So source is a self-closing tag, so you don't need to add close have a closing tag for source. So now the video dot mp3 video.mp3. So then here now for you to have control over the video, you add your control here. Type controls. So explanation. So that's it. So this is for video. So let me just put it like this. Now let's dive into more tags. So today we're going to be looking at like we said on the that I said on the advert. We're going to be looking at what we call semantic tags. What are semantic tags? Okay, semantic tags are okay. Maybe that let's leave it to the last. So okay, let's move to form first. Then from form, we're going to dive into semantic tags. So let's go to form. Form elements. Form elements. Now HTML everything has HTML have what we call form element. Okay, so what are form elements? Form elements are let me give you a good example. When you go to Facebook, let's say you want to log into a Facebook account. Okay, let me try to do not Facebook. So now you see something like this. So you see something like is somewhere asking you to put in your email address, another place asking you to put in your password. Sometimes when you want to do registration, you see some place some site asking for your name, your age, right? So now all these are called form elements. All these are called form elements. So those things now, these things are called form elements, right? So now, so what's form element? Form elements are just a way of calling for collecting inputs data from the user, right? Now we call this input tag. So we have different types of input tags, right? So we're going to be diving into that now. So let's start with text. Input type of text. Okay, let me just put input types. So first one, okay, let me just give a definition of form element. So form elements are various ways we can get information. Okay, are various ways are various ways let me see, a user can pass information to a website, to a website, right? Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. The form elements are various ways a user can pass information to a website. So now we have types of form input or form types. We have is it called okay input types, input types. So input types. So the first one is what we call type of text. One is text. So let's list some of them out, then we'll go through them. So we have password, we have number, we have what else? We have number, we have date, we have date, we also have phone. So now we have plenty of ones. We also have color, but let's just stick with these five basic ones, right? So I'm going to open up my code, the one we were writing. Yes, that's we were writing day before yesterday. So let's see, it's a document. I'll write to open with code. So I'm going to start it up with live server. Oh, it's coming up. So I'm going to click live server. So it's coming up. Okay. So this is what we were able to do last week. So we were able to do video and some other tags. So I'm going to do forms now. So now, so for you to do form, so you create a tag, call it form. The same way you have what's it called? The same way we did for video. So video, then we have our source. So the same way for form. So you open a form tag, then inside the form tag you have your basic input types. So now, what are the input types? So now these are various types of data you can collect from a user. So sometimes when you go to a site, they ask you for age, they ask you for all this. These are types, element types, or input types that you can get, or data types you can get from a user. So the first one, let's start with text. So you do your open here, put in. So input. So input is one of is a good example of what's it called tag that you don't have to close. Of what I called it that yesterday, day before yesterday. Um, Forgetting the name. So let's just move on. So the next one is after this. Accept closing tag. God bless you. So now the next one, the next stuff is it has an attribute of type. So the attribute of type tells it's for you to tell HTML or your web type from the user, or you want the user to give you, right? You want the user to give you. So now I don't know if it will be very okay for me to create a new file for this. think I should call this the okay. Let me just create a new file. So I'll call this index two or what is it called day two or day three. This is the three, Ravi, or the four or HTML. So now I'm going to move this system we have here. I don't know if my is my screen is it bold enough? Should I increase more?
No,
Okay, sorry.
you can zoom into the screen. Apart from you zooming in, you can see it actually. Just zoom into the screen.
Okay, but you can see normal now here. Okay,
Yeah,
can you
yes,
see
you
it
can.
here?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So now I'm going to start again from so right now inside this form we have our input. So we do input, then close the input, close the anchor bracket. So it has an attribute of type. So the type means what type of information are you expecting from the user. So the first, let's go. Remember what I wrote for the one after the first one text. So I'll do text. I'll save. Then man, I won't forget self. I forgot our doc type. HTML. So the next one is our head. Our HTML. Sorry, HTML. Then head. So then the title. So this is called form. Let's call form. So now coming down outside the title, you can just do body. Okay. So inside this body is where I'm going to let me see type it out again. So believe in repetition just make things to stick and to stick. Now you put your text. So type. So input. Close the anchor bracket. So now we have attribute of type. So the first type we're going to be doing is text. So text type. Open up. So now text. I'm going to stop this live server by clicking here. Then let me start it over again. So I'll just so notice something. So can you see this? Shall I zoom in? Okay. This is an input text. So this is for text. So now let's look at another input type that is email. So now input to type. Set your type of email and save. Let's see what's going to happen. So now this first one is this one here, right?
Yes.
So this second one
Is the
is this
email
one
email.
right
Yes.
here. Okay. Then look at something now. If I click on enter okay, let me just type information. Let me click on enter. I wanted to show you guys something. Well, it's not going. Okay. So now it's right now. Okay. So now let's make this in a bit fancy. I'm going to wrap this thing up in a div so that they will be in a separate line. So div, first div,
I was even
we
about
have
asking the question.
eh?
I was even about asking the question.
Okay, you can ask.
No, I said I was even about asking this particular question. Why is the text and the email on the same line? I think it should come down.
Yeah. Okay. There's this concept that we call what's it called? We have two types of HTML elements. We have inline and block elements, right? So now let me start with this one, right? Inline elements are the element that takes up a block element takes up the entire line. Like so, for example, okay, let me show you this. I'm still going to come to this one today, but let me just give you a good description of this. So now I'm clicking on this now, like come here now. Notice something about this. Now look at this blue line, right? The blue line spans to the end. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this blue line spans to the end. So showing that this heading now, this heading one is taking up the entire space. So no matter whatever I want to put, I cannot put it on the same line. So I cannot have like heading one after closing my heading one and then put any other thing that and it will come in line with this, right? So the same thing goes for this. So if I hover here to show me it's taking up the entire line. Now we have two types of element. We have what we call block element and inline element. So block element and element are HTML attribute or tag that takes up the entire space, right? The entire space, the entire line. So but inline element HTML element that takes up only the required amount of space that is needed, like that is need English that is needed. Do you get my point? Let me scroll down. Okay. HTML has two type of element or tag. There's what we call inline element and block element. Now inline element, like whenever I say element, I also mean tag. So element and tag are just what's it called? Used interchangeably. So element is still the same thing as tag. So don't don't get confused when I say element. I also say tag. So HTML a block tags or block elements are a type of elements in HTML that takes up the entire space. Like a good example is paragraph, div, which other one? Heading tags. They take up the entire space, right? They take up the entire line. So this element, like this tag, this heading one, now is taking up this entire space. This entire space, and I can't have two things here on the same line. So now if good example, let me show you something. Let me try showing you something here. So now if I have let me show you something. If I type something like okay, let me have my P, you say like hello. If I come down here, I have another P, like let me say word, click on save. Notice that this one call says or and this the other one come down. Like they are not on the same line, right? Even though if even if I carry this one now and then put them on the same line, it's still not going to change, right? Because this is a block element. The block element takes up the entire line, that entire line that it's sitting on. But an inline element takes up only the required amount of space. Good example of an inline element is let's have something like italics. So I so let's say below and then come down and have under let's say I I use inline element and have word. Let's see what will happen. The two of them will be on the same. In as much as I separated them with line, like I had to put them in different stuffs, different vehicle tags, and then split them. They will still take the same line because this one is only taking. Oh, God. This one now is only taking this small amount of space. This one is taking this only this small amount of space, right? So the same thing is applicable for this. This is an inline element. Tags input tags are inline elements. They only take just that small amount of space. So for me to split it, for me to have them on different line, right? Different line. Either two things. Either I use a break. I use this break. Use the break tag. This tag. Wait it. Let me show you. Okay. I don't have it here. Wow. So let me just okay, this is it here. Break. So that I said on Wednesday that break adds new line. So either I unwrap this, let me unwrap this, let me show you something. Let me remove it from this. So if I save it will come on send line. So for me to separate it two ways, first of all, either I come here and then just put my break BR tag. So it will split into two, right? Because break adds up new line. Are you guys following me?
Yeah.
Am I making sense at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's for it. So now let's move on. So now I'm still going to put back my div because I want to show you guys a couple of stuff. Now because so I said div is used as a container to wrap things around, right?
Yes.
So now you can put anything inside a div, right? You can put anything inside a div. I can even have this form inside a div, right? I can have anything, whatever I want, heading tag, any tag that I want inside a div. If you just acting as a container, you just wrap things up for you, right? So now let me save and then show you something. So this is how it looks. Now let's talk about another tag that is very important in form. It's called label. Okay, let me come down here. Label. So a label is used to give description to an input field. Abi? Description for an an input tag. Right. So sometimes when you go when you go to a site to log in, so you see someone be like sometimes you see something like username and username, then you see an input field, password, you see an input field, something like that. So now that text at the corner, what okay, let me just show you though. Put a label, you close it, username, save. So do you notice what happened now? Are you guys following?
Yes, we are following.
So you see what just happened. So using label, like I said here, that we use label to give description for an input tag. So that's the exact thing it's doing. So we use the label. So once, well, okay, let me say this is email, right? We are showing the type of email. So I can just have a label here to tell someone enter your email or email. So that the person will know the exact form, like the exact stuff the guy is supposed the user is supposed to enter. So now let me say email, something like this. So do you see it? So we have so when you come to this slide, assuming this is hosted live, this is live now. When I come to this slide now, nobody, I don't need any physician or any magician or mathematician to tell me that I'm supposed to enter my username in this input field in this box, and I'm supposed to enter my email here. So the next type, I have another type. So I'm going to okay, let me just type them out. So just do my own stuff. So the next one is labels. We have a label. So let's see which one do I have? Text, password. So I will just type password. So I'll just have my input. I have my type of password. If I save this thing now, then let's see what it will look like. So now notice something. Okay, so this now, okay, if I type here, because I have a the type input type of password, my whole stuff is covered. The same thing happening here when I try to type in the password. Yeah, you notice this. So are you guys following me? So if you have an input type of password, it automatically hides your input, what you are typing, right? Automatically hides it out. Now the next thing, if I have an input, let me say input of what's it called, email, right? Type of email. What happens is that it will start suggesting for me email, and then it will treat this. It will be expecting for you to put email here, and use for username just regular text, then email, password. So let's look at another input type. So another input type. So label for date, date. Mm, type date. So look at what happened. So I can just click on this. So sometimes if you want to register on site, I know you guys must be familiar with this. Start seeing things like this. So I just click on this place. What's happening to my laptop? Okay. So you can just type, then let's say something like this. Or you can click on this and then it will pop out calendar for you to choose it for input type of date. So now the last but not the least, okay, I just have two other more. So we have used text, email, password, date. So let's check out number next, then before phone. So label. So number. So input type. Input type. So let's add number. Let's see the difference here. So one thing of number now. So when you come to number, when you click on number, number allows you to put, okay. Now it will increase count. Most of the times, I think where this is used, number is used mostly is if you are trying to collect, so ask someone to enter what's it called, age, their age. Why this one is used if you want to collect, if you want the user to enter date of birth or date for something, for something. This one is for username, for email, for password already, as you already know. The other one is number, right? Now the next one is phone. The least but not the last. Phone. Label. So phone. Input type phone. Now, good example for phone is assuming this is a mobile phone that I'm trying to access this thing from now. What happens is that when you click on this phone now, since you're putting any type the type of phone, it instead of giving us letters in your keyboard, it will give us phone numbers to type. The same way you have your dialer, right? The same way your dialer looks. I don't know how to show you this here, but I don't have a machine keyboard now. So probably just leave it like that. So now the next one, I think let me show you this extra one before we just move on to the next stuff. Label. So calendar. Maybe if I'm correct. Input. So type um um ah, maybe I'm wrong. Mm, oh, I saw calendar here before, so let's just leave this. There's no calendar. Now we also have okay other ones. No, I'm not going to do this. So let's go for this. The next one, file. So sometimes you come to a site and then you see something like click on something to upload your image. Click on something, upload something, and then you go to your, and then when you click on it, it brings you inside your file system, into your file explorer. So let's just look at file. So type of file. So let's see how it will look. So if I click on this now, it automatically opens up my file. So let me just select something from this file. Let me probably this image. So it comes on here. So are you guys following me? Are you guys following me?
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes, we are. Yeah, we are.
So this for file. So if you have an input type of file, especially if you want to collect, you ask the user to upload their image or something. So you can just add type of file. So when you do the type of file, just click on this. Then it allow you, it will navigate, it will open up your window explorer. Then you can just click on open to add the stuff. So you can just maybe now probably then use JavaScript to display the image. You understand? So now the next one, I think we should stop here. So let's look at okay, another attribute of input is required. Okay, is okay. First one, let's start with placeholder. So now most of the times when you come to, let me open this, let me show you this. So now you see this thing inside this place now, this search Google, okay? Search Google or type a URL, right? Can you guys see my screen well?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, so this search this thing, this text inside this field is what we call a placeholder. So now the image, the text is supposed to show if the user is not actively typing, or if the
The cursor.
the input field, yeah, the cursor is not yet in active mode, right? So now once I click here, it will go out, but if I leave here, it will come back. So it's called a placeholder. So we use placeholder sometimes, most of the times, to give a bit description of what we actually want the user to enter. Right. So I can just a placeholder to come over here, type placeholder. Inside this placeholder, just type enter like username. If I save and come back to this form, you'll see that we already have enter a username inside the form, inside the input field. Can you see this?
Yes, we can.
So if I click on this here now, the same way if I click on this and start typing, the enter username leaves. For once this is empty, the enter username comes back.
Displays.
Eh?
It displays.
Yeah, it displays. So this is called placeholder. So now, so the input we have couple of what they call different attributes, but we're going to be highlighting the important ones, like placeholder is one of them. So another one is what we call required. Required. So what does required do? So when I click on something like enter here, this is not working. So I'm going required make sure that the user. Have you ever tried let's say try signing up in a login page, and then you just mistakenly leave one of the stuff empty? Let me show you a good example. So if I should type in something and not typing anything and do not enter any field here, I click on this. Ah, so not this side. I don't know. There's a good example. So it's supposed to ask me and tell me this field is required or enter a username. Let me look for some. Which site is that? Oh, can't even remember any site now. My head is blank. It's not blank. My head is
I think I think that you can actually put the ones that put asterisks are required. Those kind of forms and all, something like that. That will
yeah,
tell you.
yeah. So what happened is that you must enter the field. You cannot leave the username. Like you cannot submit the form without, or click on login form or sign up form without first of all filling in all the form. Right? Do you get me?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So that the next one is required. So we're going to be using required. So let me leave this. So we also have another input field called submit. So I'll put this in a div. So input type submit. We have the link button now. So if I click on this hair, have you seen this film before? This
Yes.
fill out this field hair. So why do you have it? Because we have added required on this. So if I remove this required now, save and then run, then like come and click on submit, you just refresh. But if I add required here, it will tell me I cannot use without first
Entering the data, the
yeah,
user data.
entering data. So I'll just add required on all of them. So with this help of with the help of required, you can just have it like the user cannot what's the command not pass some field and then leave some field blank. Okay. So if I click on submit, enter the field, so I'll enter this field. I click on submit. The next one, it asks me I will enter this one. So I'll just click on this. I click on submit. It asks me this form must be must have something, right? Next one, this phone number. It must be a phone number. So this is it for forms. So we're going to stop there. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is buttons. Button. Now, button is one of the essential components in the web page. We need to have buttons that we're going to click, have something to click to perform one action or the other. So now, so how does button work? So I'm going to wrap this thing on a div, and then inside the div I will open up button. So to have a button, all you just need to do is, let me say, click. So this is a button. So we now have our button. For you to have a button, you need to just wrap this entire like the text and in between the button tags, and then you have a button. So you can have a button of anything, right? So you can also have a button and then name it, and this one is click. So you can also have, maybe let's say, another button. So another button called let's say something like menu. So you have it. So now the next one is what we call link. So links. Now links is a way of connecting multiple pages together in your HTML page, right? So most of the times when you go to a site and then you click on, okay, let me look for one site. Um, which site now? Mm, am I going to? I remember. This site. Okay, let me go for this. Netflix. Right. So now these are different for this is called links. So if I click on this now, so it will automatically link me to a page that has information that concerns this. So remember the first day when we were doing when we were discussing about terminology, I said a website is a collection of different web page. Now a web page now inside the website can be the home page. That is the first file, the first page you see when you enter the site. We have maybe you can have your music page, you can have your audio page, different page depending on what you are designing or what you are building, right? So now let me show you how link work. Now to use link, so I'm going to have this inside div. Now I start with a. Now this a has an attribute of href. So now the location. Are you guys following me? I'm tired.
So you are following
Sorry.
you.
Someone was asking a question. What did you say? I cannot hear you. Speak up.
What does it mean?
Okay, A means what does A mean? Is it anchor? But I don't remember the actual name. But maybe before the end of this class, I'll remember what A means, the meaning of A. But it's used for link. It's used so but the I can remember what it's used for. It's used for linking different web pages. So you can have like two different pages on your system, on your project, and then you can link them and move. Okay, let me just show you a good practical. So now we have what's it called? We have index.html here, and we also have this current one I'm working on. So the four HTML. So I'll type here the location of the file, the next in the page. So for the same way we did when we were adding source for audio and video, you need to write the full name and the full name with the extension, right? So now let me show you something. So when I come over here, this form, where is my sorry? I need to type a text here. Let me say something like click on text index page. So once you click on this now, currently we are on in our day 4, right?
Yes.
As you guys can see. Once I click on this now, it's going to index.html.
Okay.
Are you seeing it?
It's more like a unifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just gives you link. It just allow you to reference other pages in your website. So you can click and navigate to anywhere you want to navigate to on your website. Let's say you have something like Tanjai, and then you have your music, your audio, your DJ, your mix, and every other thing. So now on those, okay, let me just open them. Let me just net Ninja, net Z Ninja. So these are links to different stuff. You understand? Once I click on this post, it's going to link me and push me to the post, the head, maybe post.html. When I click on video, it's going to move me to video.html. When I click on music, it's going to move me to music.html. When I move to contact, it's going to move me to contact.html. So these are different links on this web page. So are you guys on? Do you guys follow? Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Okay, that's for it. Now, so I'll just try. You can use button for this also, right? You can put anything in between this place, in between this index page. So you can decide to put a button. I don't know. Am I too fast?
No, I'm following actually.
Okay, you can decide to have button in between. So it doesn't matter what you have in between this place, but once you just write the item inside the a tag, it's still going to work. Let me say home. So it's my form. When I click on, it's going to take me to home page, right? Do you guys understand what I just did?
Yes, yes. You replaced the home with the index page, and it took us back to that.
Yeah. So to what I just did, I just had to get the HTML and then I wrap it up. Yes. Man, feeling sleepy. I'm super tired. Okay, let's move to the next tag. Table, right? So after this, we'll call it a day. Man, I'm so tired and I need to go and take my drugs.
Sorry for
Table.
okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you, guy. Table. Now, if you have ever gone to a site and then you see something displayed in all the call, how do I? Okay, let me just show you. In a table format, the same way like maybe let's say items are displayed, maybe lists of names are put in maybe 3 by 4, 3 rows, 4 columns, or 4 columns, 3 rows. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yes, you have.
Okay, so those kind of stuff are created with table. So now table. So inside the table, so when you have your table, what's happening? Wow. Okay. So once you have your table, you can just have your table head, th. Okay. Table head. So table head. Inside your table head, you have your is it table data? Td. Guys, please let's call this a day. Shit, man. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Please.
Mr. Dan. Thank you, Mr. Dan.
Sorry, please for cutting this short. I'm feeling a bit very sleep now. So we still have our class tomorrow to round up HTML and then I'll show you how to host your HTML online. Show you how to
Okay.
use free hostings to host your HTML site. And then we'll still use GitHub. That's tomorrow. So from tomorrow we will merge the entire stuff we have been learning since Sunday. Right? Then we know we are done with HTML. So next week we'll enter CSS, right? So,
Okay. Thank you very
so,
much.
oh, please, sorry for cutting this class short. I
No
beg.
problem, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay,
Have a
good
peaceful
night,
night
guys.
rest and recover
Yeah.
quickly.
Okay, thank you very much. So, good night, guys.